Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Nako, grabe. Ang bilis magbago ng ihip ng hangin nga naman talaga, no? Wala pang 2 months ago, I came out with an episode of vlog talking about how the US is dealing with record high number of immigrants from Canada crossing illegally papunta po dyan sa Amerika. At that time, yung mga reports sinasabi na may problema yung US. Kasi nga, record high this year and last year, biglang dumami daw. Yung gumagawa nun, tumatawid papuntang Amerika. Either nagiging undocumented sila sa Amerika or biglang nag-claim ng asylum. Okay? Naalala ko pa yung story nun dahil sinasabi nun na mahirap daw ang buhay dito sa Canada, hindi makahanap ng trabaho nga. Kaya, sa Amerika naman sila nagbabakasakali. That was the story then. But again, things have changed now. Canada naman ngayon ang namumroblema dahil sa inaasahang pagdagsa ng mga immigrants naman from the US papunta dito. Again, inaasahan pa lang Bakit? I'm sure you've heard about this. It's obviously because of the recent developments there in the US. Sino ba naman ang hindi nakakaalam, ano? US President Donald Trump is back, di ba? Technically, President-elect pa lang po siya. As I record this and when I upload this, magte-take siya ng kanyang, he will officially assume his position sometime in January. Pero syempre, this early, marami na pong nakaabang kung paano niya gagawin yung kanyang, one of his biggest campaign promises. One of the reasons daw na binoto talaga at pinanalo itong si Donald Trump ulit. Yan ay ang kanyang polisiya, ang kanyang campaign promise na ipa-deport ang lahat ng undocumented immigrants. Yan, na nasa Amerika. Ang sinasabing bilang about 20 million. Ilan ba ang Pilipino dyan? Baka nagtatanong, no? According to our report, I watched quoting the Philippine ambassador to the US, ang estimate yata 200 to 300,000 Filipinos in the US are undocumented. Okay. Ngayon, dahil dyan, di ba? Siyempre, sinasabi na, naku, ano na mangyayari? Sa ngayon po, pag pinapanood ko yung news, binabasa ko yung mga reports, wala pang detailed plan on how exactly the Trump administration is going to do this. Una sa lahat, 20 million, ang dami nun kung yun ang target nila. So, I'm guessing it will take a while, syempre, and it will take a lot of money, and a lot of, manpower as well to enforce that policy. So, nakaantabay din ng mga tao sa kung paano yan gagawin. Pero, this early, dito naman po sa side ng Canada, ayun na nga, it's all over the news. Canadian officials are already expressing their concerns and is already preparing dahil inaasahan daw nila na baka marami dun sa mga undocumented immigrants na natatakot ngayon sa kanilang future sa Amerika, ay lumipat sa Canada. Specifically, tumawid sa bandang Quebec. Dahil meron pong malaking border dyan, land border with the US. Alam nyo, it's all over the news. If you just, let's say, search on Google, itype nyo dyan ang Canada Trump or Canada Trump deportation. Yan ang sinearch ko. Tinan nyo itong lalabas agad, daming report. Tinan mo. Canada braced for migrants as Trump reiterates mass deportation vow. Ayan, as Trump promises deportations, Ottawa says there's a plan for the border. RCMP already on high alert for potential wave of migrants. Ayan, diba? So ayun, ang inaasahan kasi ng Canadian officials, itong sinasabi nilang posibleng pagdagsa ng mga undocumented from the US papunta dito sa Canada is soon, before Trump assumes his post on January 20. So ilang buwan yun? More than 2 months from now. Ngayon pa lang daw, kumbaga bago mahuli siguro, bago sila mapauwi, mag-iisip-isip na yung iba, kikilos na, at baka yung ilan, pumasok nga dito sa Quebec side ng Canada. Paano ba mangyayari yun? You guys might be curious, Sige, I found a report briefly, maganda, summarizing how that process could happen.
If it is going to happen, it's going to happen before the Trump administration comes into power.
If that happens, the RCMP believes migrants won't come through official channels. Someone in the US illegally likely couldn't get a visa to fly to Canada and would be turned over to US authorities crossing at a land border. But if they walk into Canada on foot and don't get caught for 14 days, they're able to apply for asylum, receive government benefits, and get a work permit. Making the forests and farmers' fields dotting the over 800-kilometer Quebec-US border potentially ground zero.
The last
So, ayun na nakita nyo. Sabi nung reporter, kung undocumented sila sa Amerika, malamang wala rin silang visa. Malamang sa hindi, wala rin silang papeles or visa again to legally cross here, to be able to legally cross here. So, malamang they will cross by foot na naman. Lalakarin nila yung border dyan sa may Quebec, And again, it will add dito sa already rising number of asylum claimants in Canada. Diba? Alam nyo naman, ang dami na ring mga Canadians, naggagalit na dahil sobrang dami daw tinatanggap na refugees ng Canada. At ang laki ng pera na ginagastos ng gobyerno para sa kanila. So what do you think about that? Hindi ko naman sinasabi na siyempre yung lahat ng Pilipino ay pupunta dito sa Canada. Una sa lahat, depende po yan kung nasan sila sa Amerika. It's not like Quebec is near all the undocumented Filipinos in the States. But ayun, kung kayo palagay nyo, kung kayo ay worried for your future dahil undocumented kayo dyan sa Amerika, uwi na lang ba kayo ng Pilipinas? O makikipagsapalaran kayo sa Canada? Either by seeking asylum o maging undocumented ka rin dito. Ang hirap din, mahirap mag-TNT dito sa Canada dahil, una sa lahat, hindi ka pwede magkasakit. Ang hirap magkasakit rather, you won't be covered by health insurance. Tapos, mahirap dito, wala kang tinatawag na SIN na madalas ay hiyan ang nire-require ng mga employers dito kung kukunin ka nila bilang employee. Ibig sabihin, kailangan makipagsapalaran ka sa mga cash jobs. O mahirap mahanap yan sa panahon ngayon. Tapos, wala kang benepisyo kapag yan ang naging trabaho mo. And not to mention, pati yung yung CBSA dito, yung mga border agents, naghihigpit rin sila ngayon. May sarili silang kampanya going after illegal workers here dahil alam nyo naman, may sariling immigration problem itong Canada. So, yan, ang hirap nun. Unless you claim for asylum, siguro, Pero, I wouldn't advise that. Bago po natin ipagpatuloy yung episode na yan, just a short commercial. This channel, ito pong in a nutshell, is open for collaboration, guys. If you're interested in creating content with me, please contact Talentado Creative Agency o yung Talentado CA. Sila po ang mag-handle ng mga collaborations for in a nutshell. And for content creators looking for someone to help boost your channels, whether here on YouTube, on Facebook, TikTok, i-consider nyo po ang Talentado Agency. Matutulungan po kayo, ito ng anak ko, matutulungan po kayo in networking. Ako personally, ang dami ko na agad natutulan sa kapwa Talentado talents na nakausap ko na. Ang dami mga tips on how to improve and boost my channel. So ito po ang contact information ng Talentado CA, and I will also put it down in the description box if you're interested. Okay, back to episode! Pero naman akong isang nabasang report. Ito mga officials from Quebec, syempre sila ang pinaka-affected. Expressing their sentiments about this, how they plan to do this, at ano ba talagang expectations nila,
What I want to do is make sure that Mr. Trudeau, the federal government, take this seriously. And I want to follow up every week about the number of new immigrants we get in Quebec. I want to make sure that he protect the border, the physical borders, that he protect airports, if need is, I will make sure to have some of our people making sure of that.
I think we are dealing with serious issues here because there will be migration. I don't know to what level. It's to be verified. But we're talking about 20 million people here.
I think Mr. Plamondon and Mr. Legault.
Okay, itong kung sa Costinap, siya ay isang coordinator ng Action Committee for People Without Status. So parang tumutulong ito sa mga undocumented, no, walang status. Ang ipaparinig ko sa inyong soundbite niya, ang sinabi niya, pagkapanalo pa lang ni Trump nung election, ang dami na raw agad tumawag sa kanya from the US asking if, may pag-asa ba ako dyan sa Canada? Tinuloy niya itong soundbite niya na yan.
This morning, I had so many calls of people that were not planning to come to Quebec or Canada before, but today is day one of Mr. Trump that won, and they're already calling me to see if they are eligible.
Andre adds that currently in Quebec, many asylum seekers do not feel comfortable as they face a toxic environment, increased levels of racism, and that some have already expressed a desire to return to their countries.
So nakita nyo, no, sabi din ng reporter, yung mga nandun na raw sa Quebec, siguro waiting ng status nila, claiming asylum, ayaw rin daw yung environment sa Quebec because of ang na-point out, toxic environment, racism. Kasi nga, there is really growing sentiments, negative, I would say, no, against refugees kasi nga masyadong marami. Of course, there are people with legitimate concerns, kaya po sila nag-claim ng asylum dito at kaya po sila nagsisik ng refuge dito. Dapat silang tulungan ng Canada, no? Yun nga lang, sa mga panahon ngayon, nako, ang dami rin po kasing report na nagsasabing inaabuso na rin pati yung pag-claim ng asylum process, pagiging refugee. So, kaya may ganitong sentimiento din amongst people here. Ngayon, nako, sa mga nagtatanong naman kung ano ba dapat ang advice, no? Yung mga Pilipino dyan sa Amerika na nangangamba sa kanilang status. Well, nasa sa inyo yan kung anong plano nyo sa buhay ninyo. Pero, I'm just saying, hindi rin po madali ang buhay dito sa Canada. In general, pangalawa, lalo na kung ikaw ay papasok dito rin bilang undocumented or mag-claim pa ng asylum, I don't know. But I do have a soundbite from the Philippine ambassador to the US. Baka napanood nyo rin po sa mga news reports naman dyan po sa Pilipinas. Ito ang sinasabi niya dito, no? Umuwi na lang daw po kayo or leave the US bago pa mahuli. What he is also saying in the soundbite that I'm going to play is sooner or later, his concern is baka matuntun din po kayo kahit pa, magaling kayo siguro magtago.
So 9 out of 10, the TNTs, the people who are always hiding, will be discovered at some form or another because information is now shared by all departments, immigration, customs, the DHS, the TSA, all of this is now interconnected. Plus, anybody can just simply send a picture of you or whoever it is to to what they call, the ICE, that's the one that goes after illegal immigrants, and you have a problem. And so my advice to them is to immediately leave voluntarily, because once you're deported, you can never come back to the United States.
Ayun ang kanyang advice. Voluntarily leave. Dahil tama nga naman siya, no? Kung kayo ay mahuli, mas malaking problema yun sa inyong future kung gusto nyo man pong bumalik sa Amerika, no? So what do you think? Ako feeling ko, do you think some Filipinos will try to do that? Pupunta dito sa Canada? Kung may uuwi man, baka umuwi na lang sila ng Pilipinas din naman, ano? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts as usual down there in the comment section. I will end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!